Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I am playing Kerbal Space Program. And let me really quick turn on the automatic stabilizing system, also known as SAS. And right now I have this, which is for some reason moving without the engine even being on. As you can see down here, the engine's not even on. And so I'm going to teach you guys how to play the game, and while that, I'm going to show you guys 2 times the speed of sound airplane. Now, Ryan, how do you know it's going 2 times the speed of sound? Because I went to Google and searched up what's the speed of sound. And it does show in meters a second, which is pretty good because over here it also shows in meters per second. And I was hoping it shows up in meters per second, because if not, I was just going to search up in meters per second. So Google says that it goes 343 meters a second. This thing can go up to 1,200. So it's quadruple. No, it can go up to 1,400. So yeah, it's around quadruple the amount. And so first of all, to activate your engines, you're going to want to click spacebar. And while you have clicked spacebar, you can either click shift to put up the throttle, as you can see down here. You can click shift to put up the throttle, and control to put down the throttle. Or to make it immediately up, Z and X. Z puts it up, X puts it down. WASD is to turn, so so A is this way, D is this way, W is hold up, let me show you guys W really quick. So right now, A, D. Right now I'm clicking S. S is to lift off. Now, how to put up these, the gears, is G. Gears, the button for gears is G. And to go down is W, and to go up is S. Because yes. And the arrow keys is just to move your camera, but I suggest you to hold the right mouse button. Hold right click and move it around. As you can see a little bit of white clouds coming off of it, or like I don't know exactly what this is called. So I just call it clouds. I mean, mainly it is like the water droplets condensing out of the sheer amount of pressure that it's putting in. But right now it's already going faster than the speed of sound. Not the speed of sound. Yes, speed of sound. This is the speed of sound. And right now, so I already taught you most of the things. That's all I really use. Z, X, Shift, Control, WASD. Just like I said before, X is to turn off the engines, Z is to turn them back on, Shift is to put the throttle up how much as you want, and Control is to put the throttle down as much as you want. And then the arrow keys is to move this, but I don't really use the arrow keys because I usually hold right click and move around. That's the easiest way for me to do it. And using the little scroller button, you can zoom out this much, which I don't know why I can zoom out this much because you can barely even see the rocket. And then you can even zoom in this much. Okay. Using your little scroll button on your mouse. And that's basically the main features of everything. And if you want to do something over there, you can also click M to get to this screen over here. M is to get to this screen. If you have to click M, which is pretty good. Oh. Yep. Now there's a button down here, toggle nav ball frame. I don't know what this is. And I'm going to really quick start facing down. Okay, it's going pretty good. Now, if you were to see a little bar showing up and the bar is almost full, that means that one specific part is overheating and it will explode if it reaches the max. And usually for me it shows up when it's going 1,350. Oh, right there. Okay, not even 50. Yeah, this little bar right here. That's when you know to turn off your engines, because that's when you know it's going too fast. And once I turned off my engines, 3, 2, 1, it's now gone. Now that's how you technically stop an overheating, for it to not explode, because if it explodes, you can't really use the aircraft anymore, obviously. And now I clicked X to shut it down immediately. Now if I were to click Z again, boom. Oh, and I forgot to tell you this. To press E, the letter E, you tilt it this way. And to press the letter Q, you tilt it the other way. Okay, and if you were to move your, as you can see, I'm putting the mouse key around the aircraft. If you were to follow my mouse key and just hover your mouse over here, you can show this up. You just need to hover your mouse over it. You can go ×1, ×2, or ×3. Now, if you're going to use this aircraft, I don't suggest to use the ×3 and then ×4, because for this it's going to show up for a fraction of a second before it just goes full and just blows up. So, and I've known that from experience on accident. And right over here we have Bill Curvin. EVA, or I just say EVA, means to, get him off the aircraft, like for him to just jump out of it, which is not what we want to do right now. And if you were to click view, you just see what he's seeing. Okay, I'm gonna take that out, because there's some people that have seizures with that, so I don't want to risk it. And, so, that's the main basics. You saw the thing go really fast, and if you then to click ESC, or I forgot how you pronounce it, what's the actual name of the key? There's not just ESC. Oh, I'm just going to call it ESC. Oh, escape. If you click escape, you see this button, which you can click revert flight if you want to go back to space hangar, which is where you build your add stuff. Revert to launch is just to go right back to the launch pad, and cancel is to, well, not do that. Load save game, and that's Space Center is if you want to choose to go to the space hangar, if you want to go to the rocket hangar or the space plane hangar, or whichever one that you can go to. Right now, as you can tell, it's in sandbox mode. And I can do career mode, but I've done career mode once before, and I don't know how to use it. And then if you were to click again, it just brings it right out. Nice. And now, like I said, G is to put up the wheels and to put down the wheels. If you're to put down the wheels, it would slow down much faster, and the wheels would do this weird thing. So let's just put that up so it doesn't overheat. Now, W again is to go down, and you guys can most probably just remember all the buttons from here. Now that you know about this, and I could just show you guys like the actual airplane. Like, I want to show you guys how to build this. But I just started to put stuff together, so I don't really know exactly. I forgot exactly how to build it. And if you were to use QWEASD, you can use that to move around the stuff inside the. So if you wanted to move the piece that you're bringing, if you wanted to move it instead of from horizontal to vertical, or from flat to tower, that's what I usually say. For that, you're going to need. I think it was either W. Yeah, I think it was W and S. But if you were to click D before clicking W and S, that means they'll move completely different directions. And with that, and I don't really use that WASD for the building process, because usually when I hover the mouse over it, it already snaps it in place like how I want it to. So, and the only time I have to use it is when I'm using the elevators to make the airplane go up and to go down. Oh no, oh no. Oh. Okay. I accidentally did something. And this is when and for these tiny ones, or for any of these actually, you click D, then W. And not W, then D, it's D, then W if you want to put them on. Then if you want, you can just mess around with it. Oh, and there's also this one thing that I also experienced that I actually didn't know about until around 30 minutes ago, where if you were to turn too hard while this white cloud is there, this is what happens. As you can see, one of the turbines just got torn right off. And that's not something you want in your aircraft. Still flying like nothing happened to it. Excuse me, say what? Okay, when I'm going down, it kind of... Oh, and it blew up. Okay, yeah, when I'm going down, it's kind of weird. Yeah, as you can see, and if you were to just cut off your engines while doing this, you completely lose all your speed, which is what I'm trying to do. And now I am falling. I actually really do want to show you something that happens when you're doing this. So in at least just a couple of seconds, as you can see, the ground is coming up pretty fast from over here. And we're going to hit the ground in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Wow. That's Beyblade right there. That's that's a very, very strong Beyblade. So now you can click ESC. And once you've crashed, actually, like, once you've accidentally crashed the pilot, and now all of the people inside the aircraft, has died. As you can tell, we end up crashing at 9:28. So at 9:28 is when I crashed. Which means if you see the timestamp 9:28, which just happened recently. So at 43 seconds, we had liftoff because it took that long just to show you how to use the game and stuff like that. And then Evlon is that elevator which makes the thing go up and down, the aircraft go up and down. That's when I showed you guys the air stress, which ended up tearing off my wing, right? And then liquid fuel solage splashed down. So that means this thing that happened, this thing that was over there, ended up crashing in water. But if this says engine splashed down in water, if it says something like this crashed into Kerbal, which is their planet, it's like Earth, but just called Kerbal, that means it just crashed on hard ground, or sometimes can just say collided into the surface right here, collided into the surface. And then if you have to go all the way down to the bottom, the last thing that crashed was Avalon 5 crashed into terrain. And then you can either click revert to hangar or revert to launch. If you're to click revert to hangar, first of all, I want to click revert to launch, so then it's easier to just crash again to show you guys. Because that thing that I showed you guys only shows up when you crash, I think, because I don't really know how to pull it up when you did not crash. So if we were to really quick start up the engine right now, it takes a little while for it to go at least, at the minimum, 50 meters a second. Yeah, as you can see. And then put the gears, doesn't really matter, but sure. And then we just go like this. Okay. Now if I were to click, you can see liftoff, and we crashed at 21 seconds, and the last thing to crash was Avalon 3, instead of Avalon 5. Oh yeah, so when it says you crashed into the runway, when it shows this, I mean you crash into this area over here, or like the runway in general. And before I click revert to launch, it just revert me right back to the runway. But if you have to click revert to space hangar, it'll take a little while to load. It takes you back over here. Now, this is the spot that I wanted to show you. Because right now, oh no, this is pinned over here. Game bar, why? Okay. Either way, this is how I built it. So you can just kind of pause it right over here. Like right over here, you can just try to pause it because I will be showing different angles. So I'm gonna just wait a little bit. Okay, either way, I hope that was enough time for you guys to, pause it. And if that was not enough time for you to pause it because you went to really go grab a snack and then come back, don't worry, you can just go back, because I will be showing a different angle, which is the under part, so I can show you where the gears are placed. Okay, now that shouldn't be too hard. It's just placing 3 things. Now there's this. What is this? Oh, okay, that's that thing. Yeah, okay, I know that. Anyway, you can find this in the wing section, which I can't really see my cursor right now. I think it's this thing right over here, because I can't see my cursor thanks to something that's up here. But here's the Avalon 1, Avalon 2, 3, and then 4, and then they have the Avalon 5 over there. Now, this is the wing section where you see everything for wings or aerodynamic stuff in general. Yeah, aerodynamics. Now, this thing over here is what you call coupling. Okay, because again, I can't really see it because there's something. This area right over here, the game bar, or the Xbox game bar, is blocking this area right over here, so I can't see what's in this area. So over here, there's the what you call a decoupler. Decoupler, if you were to attach it, it would detach like whatever you put in between. So if you were to put something over here, it would completely detach this thing or this entire section right off. Right off the aircraft. It'll just go flying right off. And then you're just going to be left with this part. And if you wanted to decouple off the engines, like say goodbye to the engines, yeah, you're going to need a parachute so you can survive. And these little things is made for better aerodynamics, whatever. Aerodynamics, but this, I don't have any decouplers over here, so you're going to be perfectly fine. Where you find these, oh, so the entire thing together. Oh wait, no, this is one thing. Okay, this, if I can see it, hold on, let me see if I can do this. Yeah, this thing right over here is what I use for over here. That over here, that I think is in fuel tanks. Yes, right over here. This one right over here. And this piece would be, again, I'm sorry guys, I can't see it, this one right over here, as you can tell. So you're going to put 2 of those, and then you're going to put this engine. This engine, if you were to go to engines, you would see it right over here. The whiplash. And the fuel tanks, that's the fuel tanks. I don't know why there's 2 fuel tanks, because we're not using those fuel tanks. Well, I guess I use that just for the body. And this part is what I attached over here. And if you were to go to pods, you see it right over here. Now, you guys do see this one, which is made for these. But I decided to attach this and to attach that. And lo and behold, it flew pretty good. And then when I attach these, which was in the back, over here you'll see this one with the wings. And I already showed you where the wing section was. And you can tell by the diameter of this how big it is. So that's how you build it. It's pretty quick and simple, and I showed you where everything is. Oh, not exactly everything, because I can't really. I think these are struts. Are there struts? No. I can't remember what that is. Or why I added it. Anyway, to build it is pretty simple, and to put a little thing back here, and I just called it yes. And over here you have, this one is mainly for this one is mainly for SPACEPLANE. Okay. SPACEPLANE, 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 SPACEPLANE. I guess SPACEPLANE? Yeah, SPACEPLANE. Rocket, like the ones that go up in the air. And then I think there's another piece over here. Yes, this one is for SPACEPLANE mainly, but you can also be used for rocket, but it's mainly suggested for SPACEPLANE. Now, the rest over here, I can't really see exactly what they are, but I don't really use these as much. This one is just Probodobodoyen. This thing, I guess, is just like to have no people inside of it, but it's just controlled by electric charge, so you can still control it even though there's no people inside. Because over here, you can tell if you click crew, whoever you want to come in. Bill, he's my guy. Bob is my other guy. Bill and Bob are the two best ones. Bill, Bob, and Jebediah are the three best ones, so I suggest you get those. So if you go back to build, you'll go to building. And you can even search up the parts. Hello, people. Alright, actually done some hot. Okay. And if you want to see the parachutes, so you can actually use it in coupling, or if you don't want to if you accidentally do that stress thing that I showed you, you can be safe. You have to go down to Unity over here. Oh, I can't see the parachutes. But I think, yeah, this is one that you attach to normally to rockets. So right under it is this one, where if you were to click it, there we go, you can click double. Down here is to put two in the same side. But if you were to click do this, it'll just place one. So I put it over here. And a good thing to do is like put at least two over here, or like two rockets, or like two, so Jebediah doesn't, go away. But if you actually want to see that text that I showed you, take it off and let him crash, which is pretty sad. But if you do want to attach those, so you don't accidentally, oof, you will be showing up this. Now, if you were to just go with this alone, without even modifying this, what would happen is that the engines and the parachutes will activate at the same time, which is not something you really want, because then you're going to have the force of the thrusters pushing you forward, and you're also going to have the force of the parachutes pushing you backwards. So there's the problem. So with this, what you're going to want to do is grab this part and drag it down here. The one at the bottom is what launches first. The ones at the top is what launches last. You got it? Soaked in all that brain energy? Good. Now, to show you the parachutes in action, I'm a really quick launch. Do the thing to tear off the wings really quick. And then activate the parachutes, which is just spacebar. To activate the engine, right when you load it up, it's spacebar and then Z, because normally it doesn't come up boosted already. You're going to need to click C. And I suggest you to always click SAS and leave it at this one. Stability Assist. Oh, it's Stability Assist. Oh, then what was the other S for? Okay. So now, put in the gears. Oh, I gotta do this fast. Okay, so we gotta normally wait a little bit. So I'm gonna face it a little up and put up the time. Speed time up a little bit. Wait until you see the smoke. Okay, now we're back to normal. So now what you can just do is do this thing. Boom. Now you no longer have engines, and you're now plummeting. And you're now falling to your doom, which is very sad, but you thankfully thought about adding the parachutes. Now, I suggest you to deploy it once you reach 2,000. And if you look at the top, I have already reached 2,000. Never mind. Okay, so I suggest you to at least launch it at 1,000. So once you're at 1,000, you launch it up, which automatically opens it, and then you're good. It takes a little while, so just, you can just speed this up a little bit. Wow, that takes a very long time just to get down. There. As you can see, and we have landed safely. Ta-da! And with E, you can do this really funny thing. Oh, I can't. The spaceship is too wide. Oh well. Now you know how to play the game and how to build that I'm gonna just say it's supersonic. Nah, it's not really supersonic. Now you know how to make that 4 times the speed of sound aircraft. So, see y'all later. Goodbye.